Welcome to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia and the magnificent boulevard world. We're in the wonderful country of Greece, counting down to knockout chaos. The DAZN boxing show is presented by Universal Pictures' new action thriller starring and directed by Dev Patel. Monkey Man, available in theatres across the US April 5th. Get ready to see how vengeance changes the man. It's another big fight week here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We're in the kingdom for something very special on Friday. It's Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. Let's bring in the guys to talk about this one. Darren Barker, Barry Jones. This is nothing we expect, but as with things that we don't expect, when it gets a bit closer, you start to get excited.
Yeah, I mean, just the build-up alone is incredible. But there's two extremely confident individuals taking part in the main event. Anthony Joshua feels he's levels above, and you would think so with what he's achieved in the amateurs and as a professional, and looking very good as of late. But Ngannou, I think his mentality is unmatched.
Yeah.
He's so mentally strong. He just feels this is his destiny. And though I do believe it's a big if he can land a big shot, it's still heavyweight boxing. What will happen if he lands that shot? You've got to remember, the same shot that he dropped Tyson Fury with is the same shot that Ruiz dropped AJ with in their first fight and started that downfall and ultimately caused the ending. He throws the left hook high. Anthony Joshua does look a little fragile around the temple on top of the head. So though it is a big if, it's still there. There's still the potential of a one-fight boxing novice to completely upset the odds and cause something unbelievable.
Why is there not the talk of Anthony Joshua knocking out Francis Ngannou? Every time I hear talk about this one, it's so AJ takes him on points and it goes 10 rounds, and Ngannou potentially knocking out AJ. AJ can punch as well. He's a big puncher. I think we saw that against Otto Vollen and Hellenius.
Yeah, I think Joshua does stop Ngannou. There you go.
There you go.
That'll help you out. I don't think he'll knock him out cold. Have you seen the guy's neck? I mean, that's the reason why. He looks like he can't be hurt. But we don't know, because he hasn't been hit by a clean puncher in boxing with that forward momentum that hopefully Anthony Joshua will show. So I think the fact that he gets hit and hit continuously, that might be where Ngannou might be exhausted by round 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it may be. If Joshua, what we saw in the last fight, with that rhythm in his work and that solid jab when he steps in with that jab, should do the better. Even though Ngannou looked technically quite good against Tyson Fury, and he really did, and he got very, very long arms, and he clearly has power. Joshua keeps his shape, keeps his hands up high, punches down the line. He does everything correct. He punches inside his body frame. That means he turns correct into the shots. And now he has the confidence to step in with the jab and that belief. Then I just think if he keeps that and keeps the patience and doesn't try and get too extravagant, then he should get the job done quite impressively. But if I was Ngannou, I wouldn't go gung-ho. I don't think him going like a lunatic will work for him. He showed good structure against Fury, but he does need to try and test the confidence of Joshua very, very early. Hit him hard on the top of the head, hit him anywhere, as quick as he can. Just make him second-guess himself, if he can.
Does Anthony Joshua need to test the cardio of Francis Ngannou? The reason I asked this is because obviously, look, it's not a championship fight, so it should be 10 rounds, and it is 10 rounds. But I asked, why is it not 12? And Ngannou was like, no, I wanted 10. I'm not a seasoned fighter. I don't want 12. And if I'm AJ, I'm taking it. I'm thinking, one second, he doesn't trust his engine for 12. I can go 12. I've done 12.
100%. And Anthony Joshua is a very good person to do that. And I don't mean with the output. He doesn't throw loads and loads of punches, but he's very good with the non-punching activity. And what I say is the feinting with the feet, always making you think that something's coming. And that, Barry will testify as well, it mentally draining, and that really does damage in the stretch. There was a lot of good stuff that Ngannou done in that fight with Fury, but there was a lot of defensive flaws as well. Every time Fury threw a right hand, he leant back. And though he took the sting out of the shot, the thing that Fury didn't do correctly, as Barry was saying, that AJ does, and he does it really well, is step in with the shots. So the difference with the Fury fight and AJ is he won't just throw a 1-2, he'll throw a double jab right hand. And when he does lean back in Ngannou, he is wide open to that right hand.
But to cut across you and throw this to Barry, it's his first fight. He went into the ring almost not knowing what he could do. Surely now he would have taken confidence from being in there with the best heavyweight of this generation in Tyson Fury and knowing, wait a minute, I can actually compete with these top guys.
Of course, most definitely, and everything will be better. He won't have the same nerves that he had. He'll be full of confidence because he thinks he won the fight. That's what he believes, and that's fair enough. He was close, but so he'd have all that confidence, and that's where Joshua's got to take it away with just correct work. And Ngannou's got to take away his confidence by hitting him heavy and hitting him often early in the fight. I do think he can empty his gas tank by being that constantly moving target in front of him, and boom, the heavy shots take it out of you. They drain your energy. I don't care if you're the best chin in the world. If you're getting hit with a heavy shot and you're missing when you throw, especially these big guys whose arms are about 8 stone each, they come back with that. That's a lot of thing to weight to bring back, and that tires you out as the rounds go by. And then when you tire, your concentration wanes, and when that wanes, you don't see the punches coming, and they're the ones that knock you out.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua had a 2023 to remember, didn't he? Fantastic year for AJ. A comeback year as well, obviously, after those defeats, back-to-back defeats to 𝗙𝗥𝗚𝗚. He has changed trainer again. That's maybe one slight negative, but I guess it's a big positive because that trainer's brought out, a lot of people say, the old AJ. Darren, he's looking good. He's looking back like he was when he won a world title.
A lot of spite, and I was watching, I was here for the day of reckoning, and I was watching AJ and Ben Davison in the corner. And AJ was fixed on Ben Davison's eyes. A lot of trust is already there, and that's so important. You know, there's pros and cons to having lots of trainers. Some could say it's too much information, but then some would say it's another string to your bow. And I think that's how AJ's looking at it. And most importantly, he looks happy, he looks comfortable, he looks in a very good place. So that only helps that relationship blossom. And yeah, again, talking about the Wallin fight, the way that he's just showing us more spite, more old AJ, if you like, really turning through the shots, and that's important here. And I've heard,
you know when we say that, old AJ, and I don't want to put a red flag on that at all. I'm certainly not here to do that. But he fought Usyk back-to-back. I mean, could we have not seen the AJ that fought Usyk do that to Otto Wallin or Helenius? Do you know what I mean? He fought 𝗙𝗥𝗚𝗚.
But and look, he was in there with a master. I have to say, and look, I don't want to take anything away from Usyk because he is a very, very, very good at boxing, a talent beyond belief. You know, he's that good. But he didn't. Look, and I'm defending AJ here. He didn't seem in a good place. He didn't seem happy. Since he's got that rebuilding going, he just seems rejuvenated. He seems happy. He seems in a good place. He seems like he's enjoying the sport again.
Yeah, Baz, I want to come to you on this one. Predictions. I know you don't sit on the fence. If not a prediction, sway in terms of percentages. What percentage chance are you giving Ngannou?
No, I'll make a prediction if that's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm happy. Yeah, I think Joshua does get the win. I think he gets the stoppage, and I do think it's around 7 to 9.
I like you giving us everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And yourself?
And I'm very similar. They're very similar. There may be moments where you're on the edge of your seat thinking, wow, could this happen? But I just feel he's so technically sound, and to beat somebody who, yes, is a little awkward and an unknown quantity of somewhat, you need to have those good fundamentals, and he won't make many mistakes, AJ, and that makes him very hard to beat in this fight. And I feel he won't get knocked out in Ngannou, but I feel he may get rescued by the referee or his corner, and I agree, somewhere around 7-9.
You know my prediction, don't you? See this right here? Right there, it's called fence sitting. That's my prediction. We're firmly on the fence. But look, you guys, make your predictions as well. Get them sent over to DAZN Boxing on Twitter. But look, make sure you buy this one because you don't want to miss it. Head over to DAZN.com because we are going to see something very, very good come Friday night.
Live on DAZN worldwide, Friday, March 8th. Joshua versus Ngannou. His earthquaking power shocked the world. The left fury floored.
Big shot from Ngannou.
Now back into the ring. He seeks to knock down and knock out. But AJ is back. The pursuit of 3-time world champ is on. It's all to fight for in knockout chaos. Live on DAZN worldwide, Friday, March 8th.